Good morning, folks. Welcome back to 3's In. Bobo here. So, what a great day for recording. It's kind of rainy and chilly outside here in Anna, Ohio. I'm all set up, comfortable in my office. Got a fresh cup of coffee and ready to go. Got the camera on, got the light on, got the mic on. And about the only thing missing is a red light outside my office door here that I had to put a switch in. I could turn that red recording light on and off. But the more I got to thinking about it, the more I got to realizing, that dog's not going to hunt. So anyway, be that as it may, let me get started here. First thing I'm going to talk about this morning is pilot training 54 years ago. On April 2nd, 1971, I had essentially my last two rides in UPT in pilot training. It was an out and back. I think it was to Tinker, but I can't say for sure. That memory left the house, and no amount of prevision is going to bring it back, I don't think. But at any rate, I flew an out and back. The first ride was let's see what it was. I know what the two rides were, I just didn't know what order they are. First ride was a nav sortie, and the second one was an instrument sortie. And it constituted my nav instrument check. And on the nav portion, I flew a GCA, an ILS, and a TACAN for 1.5. On the way back, this is really interesting. On the way back, I flew a 1.2. That was the instrument portion of it, and there were no instrument approaches logged, nor were there any landings on that ride because I was in the back seat under the bag. At any rate, that was my nav check. I scored 97.7. Boy, was that fun. At any rate, that was on April 2nd, and we graduated on April 24th. So between April 2nd and April 24th, I became an expert at snack bar. I had the price list memorized. And that snack bar at Randolph was in the same place it was when I was stationed at Randolph during PIT, whatever years later. At any rate, the system in those days required that we have a landing within 10 days of graduation. So that was not my last ride. You know how pitiful that would have been to have a bag ride as your last ride in pilot training? No, my ride was not that. It was anything but. I flew a contact sortie 10 days later, whatever it was. And I'm going to tell you about that here in a week or so. And I have an 8mm film that I've got on my desktop of that ride. And I'll tell you about that. What I'm trying to do is to figure out how I can voice over that video, that 8mm film. So I'll putz around and see if I can do that to make it really worth your while for viewing. At any rate, that was my last ride essentially in UPT. The other one was going to be just a ride for currency. Who flunks the last ride in pilot training? Although I can tell you about one that I flew where the kid could have flunked it. Anyway, never mind. So with that being said, that brings you up to speed with pilot training, and I'll wrap it up here in a week or so. Good to see everybody this morning. I'm happy to be here. Hell, I'm happy to be anywhere. This is Bobo, Base Gear Stop.